Well, hello guys. Glad to have you back with me this morning and today. Whenever you're looking at this, glad you're back with me though. Uh, we're going to take a quick look at where we are with the garden for August. And if you've been following along at all, you know we've had a drought. We've had hot in the 90s for the last 2 months, it seems, and everything dried up. We've had all kind of issues with that. Um, well, today, the first week of August, all of a sudden everything's changed around. Some tropical depressions got close in the Gulf, sudden a lot of rain up this way. We've had 5 inches of rain over the last 3 or 4 days. And we've also, the whole first week of this month has only been in the 70s. So here we are feeling like pre-fall is in the air and nothing's been happening. It's too wet to do anything. Um, but we've got a few things that we've been harvesting, mostly okra, and that's about what we're working with right now. But we'll take you through all that and let you see where we're at, what's going on with what we've got planted, and what we're kind of expecting as we go forward. And glad to have you with me. Just hang in there and I'll be right back. Let me swing the camera around and we'll start just walking through what we've got. All right, here's a good look at my sweet potatoes. They're coming along. We just, in fact, I took a break after the rain this morning to get out here and film while I could. So pay no attention to the grass. But these things are just overrunning the beds. I see some bug pressure on here, but I don't spray, so we'll just have to deal with that. That's one of my beds. Here's the other one. Absolutely doing great. Absolutely doing great. Walk on down here to the other two. Again, a full box, full bed. Here's one that's already outgrowing the bed. Trying to get over here with the flowers next to the fence. So the sweet potatoes are doing great. This rain has been perfect for them. So we're just hoping that'll have a really good impact on the harvest this year. We'll have some good sweet potatoes. The other thing we got going on right now is new crops coming up. Here's my new bed of squash. This rain has been good for helping that get started. I got bare holes because I skipped 2 holes and planted one. So I only got about 5 or 6 plants in this row on the squash, but hopefully we'll have a good fall crop and they'll be ready in about a month. We should be able to pick a squash off of here. Well, that one crop that's doing absolutely astounding here in early to mid-August is my okra. It's about 3-4 feet tall in places, still blooming. I just got through picking a good bit of it. So this is how we're looking today, early August. Jump across that out. Here's my basket with a couple of figs and some eggs, but the rest of that's okra. But here you go, coming on down. You can see the okra is just like crazy. Yeah, okra's looking great. Turning into a big star of the show, I think, at this time of the year. This is my big boy tomatoes that are still hanging in and trying to produce despite all the problems they've had, the lack of water and everything else. I don't see many good tomatoes on there at all. What's coming is rotting before it gets any size to it whatsoever. So I don't know if they're redone or not. The aromas I've already pulled up and got rid of the plants. So these will probably be the next thing I work on as far as getting it cleaned up. and we can get the trellis out of the way after that. As we're talking about new plantings, here's some lima beans I've replanted. I only did one. You got 2 rows of holes here, but I only did 1 row of beans, and they're just starting to come up. Same thing over here on this bed. I've got 1 row of these planted, and they're just starting to come up as well. So I'm hoping here in the next few weeks, now that they've gotten inundated with 4 inches of rain the last 3 days, that we'll have some good things to get these things on out of the ground, and the sunshine will come out and they'll start taking off, and we'll have some beans before too much longer. So that's where we are on that right now. Yes, sir, the muscadines are looking great. As you look down through this trellis, you'll see they're starting to get ripe. A few starting to turn. Still quite a few on here. They haven't yet fell off yet, and the birds aren't eating them all. And so we're hoping to get a few that we can snack on along the way. But yeah, they're doing all right. And once I get past this halfway post right here, that's what that yellow marker is for right there. That's my halfway point. This starts my yellow scuppernongs, my gold bronze ones. And those are heavily loaded too. There's a couple there. Not as many as there are on the others, but there's still some in here, and they'll be good. Got a whole different taste than the purple ones. So they're looking good. I'm happy about my muscadines, and I'm expecting to be a pretty decent picking of them this year. Yeah, this is one of my fig trees, brown turkey, that is out here by the garden area, and I've already picked about 4 figs off of here, and I just picked 2 more off of here today. But if you can see down in here, this bush was pruned down pretty good, but it's done bounced way back. I've got figs on every branch coming up through here. You see all these over here starting to get ripe, starting to turn a few colors here and there. I think we're gonna get enough for some good snacking anyway. So far, that's what I've been doing. They're tasting real good. But figs are looking good. There's one that's starting to turn now. So I've got my Olympian tree that's outside the gate over here. It looks just about like this, not quite as big, but they're not ripe yet. They're more mid-September, early September fig. So we'll wait a while on those. But these are doing well. I've got another tree of these back by my shop. Not quite as full as this one, but it's put all its energy into the growth, and it's about 8 feet tall on about 3 or 4 branches. So we'll see how that goes. It's got figs on it, but not nearly this many. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, of course, the stars of the show after all this rain. All my girls, are all the black and white ones you see, and those 2 dark red ones you see were all my babies 5 months ago. And they're all started laying. I'm getting eggs off of all of them just about. I think I had 4 in there a minute ago, small eggs. My regular old hens in here, the 4 old hens I got, I think they're just gonna quit laying and leaving it all up to them. This is the boss lady that was bullying, and I put her in jail for a couple of days, and it seemed to have straightened her out. believe it or not. But yeah, she's doing well. They've all adjusted well. Well, alrighty, that brings us back to where we started, and I'm glad to have you hanging in there with me. Like I said, there's not a lot going on right now. We're kind of between. We're finishing up the big summer garden, but we're waiting on these new squash and new beans to get up so we can start dealing with those. I'm not planting any kind of fall crops out here. I don't usually do that. I'm usually tired for an old guy that's retired, and this is the most activity I seem to get except walking around the place. But anyway, I'm gonna close this out today, but we're gonna do it different. I'm not going to the porch swing today. I love having flowers around. You've seen them in my garden here. Uh, so today I've got a shot on the flowers, and I'm just gonna put some little music to that. Let you watch the end of that as I just walk through the flower bed here. So appreciate you coming in with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.